Hey guys, what's up? So, start off by saying my name's Courtney, and I decided to make this video after 4 years of being out of the closet because I figured I probably watched at least 200 coming out videos when I realized that I was gay. So I just wanted to tell my story. It's not the most exciting story, but even if it helps one person to make that step or to feel more comfortable in coming out, I wanted to make this video for them. So, let me set the scene for you a little bit. I was a 8th grader when I realized that I was gay. I had dated a guy for a beautiful 5-month relationship. We're still friends now, but I just, since the beginning of the relationship, realized that there was something missing for me. I didn't know exactly what it was. I, at the time, had no idea that it was because I'm attracted to women, but I just knew that there was something off, and it got to the point in that relationship where I just basically didn't want to hang out with him anymore, and I felt bad because, he was a really nice guy. He was good to me. It wasn't any of that. It was just I didn't feel what I felt like I was supposed to be feeling at the time. Like, all my friends had boyfriends, and I was like, why is it not the same thing? So, he actually ended up breaking up with me, and, little 8th grade me was heartbroken, but soon after that, I don't think this app is a thing anymore, but it was called Hot or Not. So, little me goes on Hot or Not, and obviously had it on guys at the time, and this one day I just decided, wow, why don't we, switch it to girls? I don't even know what prompted it. I don't know if it was a feeling, but I did. And this one, I matched with a girl, and it was kind of weird to me. And then she messaged me. She literally just said hi, and little 8th grade me is freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if this is a thing? Like, this cannot be a thing. So I deleted the app. Didn't think about it for a couple days, and I was like, there's a feeling that I got from that message, and it was just her saying hi, but I was like, maybe this is a thing. So I decided to take to YouTube and watch videos of couples that were together at the time that no longer are, but they, just seeing them together, and it just seemed like it was sparking something inside of me that my relationship in 8th grade had not before. So this was about, I was going into my freshman year of high school, and I realized, I think this could be a thing, but I'm also Catholic, so me being me in my old thoughts was basically like, no, you can't be gay. No, definitely not an option for you right now, but sure, it's a great thought. And then basically what happened was, freshman year, I was not happy with myself. I didn't understand why. I was trying to dress as straight as possible, and it just wasn't working for me. It got even worse into my sophomore year. Going into my sophomore year, I was basically getting to the point where, really bad depression was hitting because I was like, I'm not being myself. And at that point, my sophomore year, I had started talking to girls online, obviously, because that's where everybody starts talking girls. Tumblr, Instagram, yeah, I know y'all do it. But so I basically was like, you know what, obviously this is something I need to really think about, because it's obviously something that I'm feeling in my heart and in my soul. So I was like, okay, all right, we're gonna start thinking about telling people. So what happened was, the first person I told was my best friend of 11 years at the time. We're still best friends, but leading up to National Coming Out Day, I basically kept saying to my friends, I was like, oh, is anybody gonna tell us anything? And they were all just kind of like, no, why do you keep asking? But they didn't think anything of it. And then National Coming Out Day rolls around. My guy friend who sat at our lunch table, I was like, hey, are you gonna tell us anything today? He goes, no. So then I jokingly was like, okay, everyone, let's go around the table and say what we are. And some people were joking, oh, I'm gay, I'm bi. And I was like, oh, haha. And then it gets to me, but the person who went before me was made everybody laugh, so they just kind of forgot about me. And my best friend was sitting next to me, and she looked at me, and I just started tearing up. And I made eye contact with her, and she was like, what? And she literally was just like, I'm coming over after school. And we're talking about this. So she comes over after school, and my parents weren't home, so we just started talking about it, and she was like, how long have you known? And I was like, probably a little over a year. And, you know, she started asking me a lot of questions because she's just that kind of person, but, like, we both started crying, and it was very, very emotional. And I originally came out to her as bi, but soon after came out to her as gay because I realized, you know, I'm not attracted to men in that way. So that was the first step, and that definitely was a relief on me. And then, you know, I slowly started telling more and more friends that I felt, like, comfortable with. And then the hardest one was telling my mom, obviously. But so what I did was I wrote her a letter. And I wrote the letter, typed it all out, put it in an envelope, and she was dropping me off at school one day, and I, like, obviously was completely freaking out, and I was like, oh my god, like, what is gonna happen? But you know, I left it in her back seat, and I texted her as soon as I got out of the car, and I said, there's a letter in the back seat for you. Open it whenever you get a chance. So she gets to work, but I actually had a quiz in school that day, so I told my friend, I was like, take my phone, I don't want to know what she says. No, just take it away from me. But I got to lunch, which is when my friend gave me my phone back, and it actually went extremely, extremely well. She took it really well. She was actually, you know, in a field of work that she worked with a lot of gay women. So she was basically like, okay, like, we're fine with it. And then I got a girlfriend soon after that, and she was kind of like, you know, you're gonna have to tell your dad if you want her to come over and stuff. Like, it might be a little helpful. So I texted my dad when he was on a business trip in Colorado, actually. And I told him, and he called me on the phone, and I think he was a little confused at first. He didn't really understand it too much, so he actually called my mom the next day, and she kind of had to explain to him a little bit more. But, you know, after a while, he took it really well. He's very supportive. Both of them are. I told my nan and pop soon after, and they were super cool with it. If nothing else, they were just sad that I felt like I couldn't tell them sooner. But no, my story, I know, is pretty easygoing compared to some other people's, but I just feel like the most important thing that you need to do when coming out is you need to do it when you're ready. That is completely your decision and completely up to you when you feel comfortable with it. I don't think, especially something I hear people talk about is, like, they got in a relationship and their significant other was out, their family's okay with it, and then they're, like, kind of expecting you to come out. But that is not a good reason to come out in any type of way. It is completely on your own timetable, and once you do, whether or not it goes good or bad, you're gonna feel better. It might take time for some people. It's gonna take time for everyone in your life that's known you for a really long time, but it will be worth it, I promise you that. And it does get easier. It does get much easier, especially telling new people who you meet, because you get to the point where you're like, they're either going to like it or they're not going to like it, and that's going to depend on if they're in my life or not, because I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. And, you know, I definitely lost some friends over it, and I definitely, like, lost some acquaintances in school because my school wasn't the most accepting place. But it definitely was the best decision I ever made up until that point, was coming out. And, you know, it's important to have a support system, which is very easy to find in the gay community, whether or not you need to find it online or some friends that you have. I think it's super important to have people that are there for you no matter what. You know, I definitely have, my friend group has gone down a lot since before I came out, but also just since high school. Just in general, my rule is just kind of real friends are way better than having a lot of fake friends. But, so I think that's about it for my video. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you just want to talk about something, you could leave it down below. I'll also leave my Tumblr, Instagram, and my Twitter down below. So give me a follow. I'll follow you guys back. And if you have any other video ideas, I'm going to try to post some more. So just let me know what you think I should do. And yeah, so have a great day, guys.